you manifest yourself as something, then it slowly starts to take shape. If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe that you can achieve it, then you won't. But if you really believe in your heart that you're gonna do it, then you will get what you want.
What makes Morning Fatty special is the people that are in the band. They've got Miller Joyner, and they've got Andrew White and John Pop, and they've got Tim on drums. And those four people are unique individuals that have very specific backgrounds that when you put them together, they are a dangerous music machine.
The music tells a story every time of how we're feeling. You know, you can always tell when Fatty's here to play because it'll hit you right in your chest. There's a lot of shit that goes into being a band. Not only is it business, you're dealing with energy. That is literally your field. So enable to become a professional, you have to dedicate every aspect of your life to it. We work as one entity when we're, you know, practicing or playing. Like whenever the music's happening, we're focusing on that one sound.
There's a lot of work involved behind the scenes, and as soon as bands start realizing that, then that's when they can become professional. And I think that's what separates us with a lot of local groups and regional groups.
We're a very self-sustained band. You don't see us working with any type of management or any type of promotion person specifically, or somebody in charge of this or that. We're all doing it ourselves. And we've taken it pretty far doing it like this.
Yeah.
And it's helped us out in many ways, but it's been a lot of hard work.
It's forced us to grow in our own shoes and to learn from our mistakes.
Goodbye, love.
It's easier, you don't have to run anything by anybody. It's just as quick as we work, is as fast as the band will progress.
It helps us to stay more organic too, doing that. Not having to play for anybody or listen to anybody's guidelines or go by the rule book or anything like that. It's just us and what do we want. You know, we're all on the same train, riding to the same destination.
You know, the hardest thing in life sometimes is to stick to your guns, plant your feet, and make your moves, and be in control of your own destiny. I think it's a challenge to not sign a record deal or a major contract when you get small offers put at you. So I think that the greatest success story out of their challenges is their willingness and their desire to be an independent rock band that does things on their own terms, that is doing and learning the industry from the inside out, and the opportunities and the long game that are available to them, priceless.
Honestly, Morning Fatty was founded on partying, and that is a fact.
The Oasis is a beautiful, magical, mystical home of Morning Fatty. It was the home of legendary parties, things that you only hear about in like the 70s and the 80s and stuff. People jumping off roofs and into pools, and I don't know, cops getting called, and 5 a.m. sessions with Zach Deputy playing on drums.
It's definitely a place where everybody came to just be themselves. While we were practicing and playing music at that house, like that went into our music. just hanging out, you know, smoking dope, drinking beers, just, you know, having a big
smoking
time.
dope. The fatty lesson that we've learned with every hardship that happens, we seem to come out on top a little later.
Jared, their drummer, leaving the band, I know how hard that was. It wasn't easy, but as with everything in life, sometimes a tough situation leads to new opportunities that are really cool.
Jared, he left, it sucked. That was definitely a really big change, you know. We had no idea that was gonna happen.
He took a big leap for everybody, you know. He took a leap for himself and a leap for the band. Well, Tim, he's a professional coming into the band, so he brought a kind of a sharpened mindset on the industry, and you know, pretty much allowed us to grow.
I mean, like you said, Tim has been in the industry. He was touring with the Black Eyed Peas, you know, played with the Wailers. I think he said he did a gig with Destiny's Child. You know, he's definitely been in the industry, and he's such a high caliber musician that when he came to us, it just kind of took us, like, I mean, we all consider ourselves pretty good musicians, but he came in and we're like, okay, we need to get on his level, so it just brought the bar up to the next level.
You can't just put an exact label on what they do and what they're going to do, because you just don't know. You're waiting for that next thing that they're going to do, because they're the type of band that will surprise you at every single turn.
We get to see people at their best.
That is one of the coolest parts about being a musician. Like, you're seeing everybody on like their big night. This is my night to be myself.
So we get to travel from city to city and just get happy people generally, and it's pretty rewarding.
And what's really cool about them as people is that they're not afraid of their fan base. They embrace their fans. Their fans are some of the best in the world, and they're some of the best people in the world. So we really have this symbiotic relationship between them as a musical entity, and we're all fans, and we love their music.
It's the biggest reward for me is having people listen to the music, and rather than doing a 9 to 5 or anything else, the risk is so worth it.
There's a small list of bands that are out there that are challenging themselves to write real albums, that are putting their every ounce of honesty and integrity that they can into their music to make it real for themselves. They're not out there trying to sell 1 million records. They're doing probably better than most bands who are trying to sell records, but their emphasis is on creating great music. They're challenging themselves to be leaders in the musical community, and it's working.
It's the drive. I mean, the drive to succeed. There's no manual, there's no handbook on how to become a successful musician. It's literally based on our creativity is the only thing that's going to drive us, and ways to infiltrate the market and be a sturdy business, as well as keep up the creative side and make new music. And so you look at that and realize that we're the only factor that's going to drive us to continue to progress.
It's easy in life to kind of forget that the process of getting to where you want to be is the journey that we're all searching for. It is the ultimate success story. It's the best part of the story. It's where the story takes place. So, Morning Fatty, what could stop them from getting to where I believe they're going? Quitting. I think that when you're a band of destiny, you just keep asking, and you keep producing, you keep challenging yourself. You never give up, and you always, always remember what got you motivated in the first place. It's a passion for music. It's a way to live this life. If I would have to quote Miller Joyner with one of my favorite songs that he wrote, it's a day-to-day to live this life. So come on and move your feet. And I think that overall, Morning Fatty makes fans move their feet. They give fans something to believe in. At some point, all we're gonna have is stories, and all we're gonna have is music, and all we're gonna have is, a memory of what someone said something was like. So, in the sake of, making what we can for what we have now so that we can enjoy life, so that we can share it with others, and so that we can make the world a better place. Bands like Morning Fatty need to exist.